Welcome to Cybercreed, where the AI news is as wild as your last debug session at 3 a.m. And yes, it's about to blow your mind. Buckle up, fellow code warriors, because this week's AI updates are more insane than a coffee-fueled sprint on a Friday afternoon. We've got Elon flexing his innovation muscles with Grock 3, Perplexity pushing the envelope on unbiased research, a Microsoft and OpenAI reshuffle promising smarter and crazier next-gen models, as well as Google and some robotics wizardry that'll make you wonder if your Roomba is self-aware. Let's unpack the madness. Grock 3, Elon's latest brainchild. Picture this, a model that's not just a step, but a quantum leap ahead of its predecessors. Grock 3, freshly dropped by Elon's ex-AI team, isn't merely scraping the leaderboard, it's decimating the competition on LM Arena. Think of it as the blind taste test of AI responses. This isn't your run-of-the-mill, hey, I can cook basic code, bot. We're talking about an AI that's acing grad-level math, spitting out Google-worthy code, and even blending classics. Remember that game prompt where it merged Pong with Breakout into something entirely new? Yep, it's creative beyond rote regurgitated responses. Bonus. Grock 3 comes packing two game-changing features. First, deep search mode. It's like having Google's research spine, but without the monthly $200 punch in your wallet. And then there's think mode, which literally lets you watch its reasoning process unfold in real time. Oh, and get this, it's free for a limited time. So if you always wanted to see what a supercharged AI brain looks like, now's your chance before the offer vanishes faster than your weekend plans during crunch time. If you're nodding along and thinking, where's Claude 3.5 Sonic in all this? Well, that's the elephant in the benchmark room. Grock 3 hasn't been compared there. But if you know what's up, you know developers have been riding that wave for ages. Uncensored intelligence and model overhauls. Next up, Perplexity just dropped a bombshell with their uncensored model update, a version dubbed R1-1776, that's been supercharged to eliminate biases while cranking up accuracy. Accessible through their API, and with all model weights hanging out on Hugging Face, it's a playground for those who want to see unfiltered AI prowess in action. Meanwhile, OpenAI is rethinking its entire training architecture. According to the grapevine, TechCrunch whispers anyone, the plan is to let the models embrace intellectual freedom. Translation. They'll dish out answers on all the spicy, controversial topics without leaning into any partisan nonsense. Finally, a neutral AI that isn't afraid to get a little edgy. And over at Microsoft's camp, preparations are heating up for GPT 4.5, dropping possibly as soon as next week, and GPT 5 coming later in May. GPT 4.5 might skip the full chain of thought wizardry, but GPT 5 is slated to be the Swiss Army knife of AI thinking, dynamically adjusting how it reasons based on your task. Take that siloed model architectures. Google and the robotic renaissance? Google isn't sitting on the sidelines either. Their latest marvel, Pema 2 Mix, a Swiss Army knife for computer vision, is out, capable of reading text and fielding image-related questions like a champ. And for the advertisers among you, Google's cooking up an AI system that can generate hyper-real stock photos on demand. Just imagine, I need a stock image of someone cooking an alfresco masterpiece. And poof, professional-looking imagery at your fingertips. On the robotics front, the NBA's Adam Silva has revealed that cutting-edge robots are now part of Golden State Warriors training sessions. Yes, you heard it right. These machines can mimic a player's moves so convincingly that teammates are starting to treat them as one of the squad. And if that isn't enough cybernetic magic, Meta is diving into the humanoid robot arena, teaming up with players like Unreal Robotics and Figure AI to craft robots that might soon be tidying up your living room. And let's not forget Clone's unveiling of what they're calling the world's first bipedal musculoskeletal android, a creation that's equal parts jaw-dropping and ominously sci-fi. No coding? No problem. Tray AI and Client 3.4. For those of you who cringe at the sight of terminal code, Tray AI by ByteDance, yes, TikTok's parent company, is here to save the day. This tool lets you build games, websites, apps, basically anything your brain can dream up without ever touching a line of code. From cloning entire websites based on a screenshot to generating a snake game with a few prompts, Tray AI essentially hands you the keys to the ultimate innovation sandbox. And did we mention it's free? Similarly, Client 3.4 has rolled out with an MCP marketplace that connects your favorite apps, Google Calendar, Shopify, Discord, you name it, right into a sleek visual flowchart in your chat. It even integrates deep research on the fly. So if you ever needed an AI sidekick that plans out your project like a well-oiled mind map, consider your wish granted.
AI meets accessibility. Last, but definitely not least, let's chat about accessibility breakthroughs. Spotify's teamed up with 11 Labs, where AI-generated audiobook narrations are set to change the game for authors. And if that isn't enough, Nvidia just launched a platform that turns learning American Sign Language into an interactive, real-time experience. Imagine a Duolingo meets hand gesture coach that gives you instant feedback on your ASL, practically a life changer. I gave it a whirl myself, and trust me, watching AI judge the finesse of your hand signs is as surreal as debugging code at midnight. The takeaway. So, what does all this chaos mean for us, the coders, builders, and tech misfits? Simply put, AI is no longer just an assistant, it's an all encompassing creative force. Whether it's revolutionizing how we build apps, rethinking intellectual boundaries, or literally changing the face of accessibility, the rapid fire evolution of AI tools means developers and businesses alike need to stay agile, curious, and yes, a little bit skeptical because nothing's ever as polished as it seems. We're standing at the crossroads of unprecedented innovation, and if you're not setting up your pipelines to harness these tools, you might just get left in the dust of outdated code.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's Insane Roundup. If your neurons feel sufficiently fired up, you're ready to dive into the future of AI. And remember, in the world of Cybercreed, sometimes the best way to keep up is to laugh at the madness along the way. Until next time, keep coding, stay curious, and always question the status quo. Welcome to Cybercreed. Now go out there and disrupt the system.